Hey guys, what's up? It's Robbie here with World of Games, and we're diving into the future of the honor and fame system in the Red Dead Redemption franchise. Will it return in Red Dead Redemption 2? Well, that's a very good question. The honor and fame system was a great way to have the world identify with you as either a criminal or hero of the people, both offering unique rewards and consequences based on your actions. This is a system that could definitely be boosted big time in many different creative ways in Red Dead Redemption 2. Also, remember we are doing, guys, a huge, massive Red Dead Redemption 2 giveaway. You can find out more about that in the description below if you want a chance to win a copy of Red Dead Redemption 2. Check that out and subscribe to us and leave a comment because, yes, we're going over your top comments later in the video, so stay tuned for those. Now, you may remember that the honor system in the first game used a system that rewarded good and evil players in many different ways. For example, players with a high hero honor rank would be able to run into a new NPC character, more specifically a nun, who bestowed an item that made enemies less accurate, and random nuds would occasionally appear with gifts thereafter. Shops would also have discounts, and eyewitnesses to petty crimes may turn a blind eye. As for players with low honor, you could bribe eyewitnesses for less and take advantage of discounts in the more shady areas of town. Players were also rewarded with a unique dark horse with white face, and your greeting to other NPCs turned from friendly to a complete insult. It was a pretty cool system and made your character feel very much part of the world. But with 7 characters that will supposedly ride with you into battle and be very much a part of the story, this system is likely going to be getting a very big buff. Or at least, I hope so. It'd be fantastic to see these characters respond and interact with you dependent on your honor. Perhaps there might be a spiritual Native American in the group that seeks peace, and having a high favorable honor could possibly grant you better upgrades for him, or perhaps he could lend or offer a new weapon to you as a result. However, pursuing a criminal path may cut off these type of rewards, and with several other characters around you at any time in your gang, you could see just how interesting this system could be, and it would offer tons of replayability, and you could play the game over and over again, of course. And then gaining access to weapons and outfits would also be great, as this was something that was seen in the original Red Dead Redemption. That elusive duster coat could finally be yours, only if you rob some banks, of course, and then again, you have to ask yourself, is it really worth it? You'll impact your relationships if you do rob this bank. These are the interesting decisions that could make a great addition to the game. And I don't feel like the dynamic events were influenced enough by this system in the first game. An honor system that could better influence how the world generates these more often and realistically would add more flavor to just free roaming the world, because I personally just loved randomly running into people. It got kind of repetitive. You did sometimes end up running into the same event over and over, so I hope there's more diversity with the events that you do run into. While it's cool being greeted by nuns as a result of having high honor, it could be so much more. For example, bounty hunters tipping you off on gang locations, informants trusting you with intel about an infamous boss's whereabouts, and so much more. Or perhaps in the case of a criminal, fellow crime lords look to you to free an inmate or two from the local jail. Of course, these type of events would be purely influenced by your previous decisions, and you would definitely want more neutral events that could be both for, low honor and heroic honor, so that you can experience the full game, and, not all of it is completely cut off to you, but you do definitely want each playthrough to be a unique experience. And more importantly, it's when the factions get involved that things can get very complicated. Dealing with the law, Native Americans, military, and other factions when it comes to honor could make your head spin. So they do really have to be careful with this, of course. It could be a system that would make you ask, do you care more about pleasing factions and the people around you, or do you care more about yourself and your own needs? Do I want access to a new weapon, or do I want to gain the trust of the Native Americans? who in turn could give me something I didn't realize I even could obtain or needed in the first place. It's this sort of mystery that I'd love to see in the sequel when it comes to Honor and Fame. So guys, now it's time to go over your top comments, so don't be afraid to leave a comment down below, as it could be featured in an upcoming video. Alright, so our first top comment comes from Golden Scorpion 57, who goes on to say, I hope they have first person. And this was of course added later on in GTA 5 and would be very cool to see in Red Dead Redemption 2. How many of you guys would like to see first person in Red Dead Redemption 2? It would be really cool to see the detail of the revolvers and the different rifles that you could obtain in first person, as well as the characters that you interact with, especially if you meet up with, you know, factions that you're not too familiar with, and there's that tension. You could play in first person and really get immersed in that experience. Some people just prefer first person over third. I really do enjoy my third person mechanics because of the cover system, and of course I get to see my character and the customization options, which I do expect customization to be even bigger this time, much like GTA 5. Next up we have the Chosen Moose, who goes on to say, things I'd love to see changed for Red Dead Redemption 2. He's got a list here. He says, better customization, better fighting, more like fist fighting, more story choices, more houses, more game modes, and more ways of transportation. He wants more of everything. And one of the biggest highlights from his comments here is definitely the houses. I think they could push this way further with actual ranges, where they go in and you can own an entire farm, and maybe other players or faction members could help you maintain this farm. You could hire people. That would be something I'd love to see. You can actually have your own steed of horses and different breeds and that sort of thing, and a collection of horses, much like you have a collection of cars in GTA 5 or even GTA Online. You could do that in Red Dead Redemption 2. That would be amazing. Of course, I do expect better customization. And, you know, one of the best games for fighting mechanics, in my opinion, was definitely Sleeping Dogs. It's so sad that United Front Games is gone, of course, but I would love to see a more in-depth system with light and heavy attacks for your fighting mode. Maybe it's an actual button you could engage and lock on, and you're in the fighting mode, and you get so many options with that. But yeah, a deeper fighting mechanic would be amazing. But guys, thanks so much for watching. Remember, post a comment down below. It may end up in a future video. You never know. And remember, check out the description on how to win a copy of Red Dead Redemption 2 on the platform of your choice, of course. It's pretty simple. All you have to do is subscribe, like, and then leave a comment to this video, and then someone will be randomly picked when the game releases. But good luck, guys, with that, and check the description. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I will see you soon enough in the Wild Wild West.